Let's dive
Yeah.
into the recurring segment on the Fresh Serve podcast, which is the cultural stock market. It's the only place you can profit from your cultural insights and curiosity. Ben, would you like me to go first, or would you like to go first on the first thing you're buying? Just a quick heads up before you watch episode 4 of the cultural stock market. In this episode, my guest Ben sells his views on culture in a positive sense, i.e. things he wants to sell to others and get them in on, rather than things he wants to sell and move off his own portfolio. May have been a little confusing if I didn't give that little disclaimer at the start. And look, it's a brand new series. I'm still getting used to explaining it to people, and little hiccups like this aren't really that surprising. Enjoy!
You go first.
Okay, I am buying
Feel for it.
I am buying home cooking.
Dope.
I think about this a lot. My girlfriend and I live at home together. Previously worked full-time office jobs, and the run of home cooking that we've had over the last 3 or 4 months has been absolutely insane. And so we often think about on like a Wednesday night, what we would have previously, like the effort that we would have gone to cook dinner at home versus now having the opportunity to, like, it's one of the few silver linings to this. And so it is the reason I am buying home cooking.
Dope. That's sick. I have been doing home cooking as well, and I couldn't agree more. Well, until I moved into here. It's incredible. What am I buying? All right, this is going to sound very Sunshine Coasty, but meditation.
Ooh.
That's what I'm buying. Mindfulness and meditation. And because, like, as soon as I say meditation, people go, oh, God, and they switch off. But it's so important to, like, we exercise and we work out our body. Meditation is the best, or just mindfulness and understanding how your brain works and not attaching judgment and, like, thoughts. Like, just understanding that your thoughts are just, they come and they go. But as soon as we latch onto one, it just goes and goes crazy. And understanding how your mind works is so important, and being able to just sort of settle and I don't know, give that a bit of a detox every day.
What's one sort of step for people out there who've always kind of scoffed at the idea of meditation and things like that? What's one small step or practice that you think they could take to try to sort of engage with that?
Look, I really like Sam Harris's Waking Up course. It's a waking up app, and I like Sam Harris because he's a neuroscientist. It's not some, I don't know, some hippie from Noosa he went to India for 3 months. He's looked at the science. It's super important. I'd research a bit of Sam Harris just because he's so articulate as well. He's going to articulate way better than I can.
Nice.
Look him up, and his Waking Up course I use, and it's just great because he doesn't talk like, just sit with it. You're on a beach. Like, that's lovely if you're into it, and that's nice. Whatever works for you, but like, he really does just talk you through how your thoughts work and how anxiousness can rise and all that sort of stuff, and just getting a hold on your brain.
Love it. Love it. The second thing I'm buying is the game of chess.
Hell yeah, I play chess.
I've talked in a little bit in the past about my, like, growing love for chess, but I wanted to make it official and put it on the record. It's the perfect ISO game. There are so many easy online, in like 2 clicks, you can be playing a game, and it's one of those things that's easy to learn but impossible to master. And so that provides a hell of a lot of kind of mental growth and stimulation in kind of mastering or trying to improve. You can find a friend who's never played, if you've never played, have a whack around, and you'll feel yourself get better. You'll feel yourself see the board and the game a little bit more. That's it.
Yeah, I love chess. Dad taught me how to play it when I was young. It's the best. There's a really good book called The Grandmaster. Magnus Carlsen. He's the best player to ever live. But I think it's called The Grandmaster.
Yeah, he's insane.
It's a cool book. Like, I didn't think that it would be amazing, but my mate Lloyd Langford, he gave us the book, and he said, read this. And it was sick. It's like made chess actually like really interesting. Yeah. Went down the YouTube rabbit hole on that.
Oh, it's actually like there's a chess boom happening on YouTube and on the internet in general. And so if you have the personality type who like likes to get into sort of the YouTube rabbit holes and kind of different subcultures, chess is waiting for you, and you'll have a great time.
It's great. It's such a good game. What was the
number two thing you're buying?
Look, I'm going to go with, this is not a paid post, but Audible. I've been listening to a lot of Audible audio books. So when I was in lockdown, I'd go for a like 40-minute walk in the morning, get my coffee, and listen.
Do you have a live pitch to Audible right now? Yes or no?
A live pitch?
Yeah. Is this to help an email you've? I'm kidding.
Yeah. So, I wish I was. No, me and Rebel Wilson. Is she the ambassador? I don't know. Bless Barbara. Who knows? No, I get whatever. It can be Audible. It can be whatever on YouTube. Maybe audio book on YouTube. I don't know. It's been good listening to these audio books. Batavia by Peter Fitzsimmons is incredible. That's a sick book.
Nice.
Peter Fitzsimmons, I think. Yeah.
I feel like I need to have, maybe I could do it on walks. I'm probably just creating excuses in my head, but I think I feel like I need to have more reasons to leave the house to listen to audiobooks, because when I'm at home, I'd be engaging with something either like visually on a screen or something like that. But I love the idea. Yeah. Like I love how audiobooks have gotten so massive and gotten to the point they have.
It's cool. It is a good way. Like I obviously still read at night time. It's the best thing for you. I love reading, but definitely, I don't know. Audiobooks are great just when you're walking. I like. I don't know. It's another sort of form of meditation. I think you just sort of go into that world and just go for a little exercise. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm buying.
That's what you're buying. Okay, now we're getting into the selling. The first thing I'm selling, and this is a unfortunate one and a bit complicated, but I'm selling open mics.
Open mic comedy.
Open mic comedy. I think about this one and I see, and maybe because I'm in Melbourne and everything's still shut and it's going to be a long while before things reopen, but as things do reopen, I can see the demand for people going to, feature shows and obviously headlining shows by comedians they know and like. But a lot of open mics, I mean, in some ways they're already kind of very social distance friendly because there's often kind of 4 other open mic comedians there and that's it. But then
totally.
From a sort of business and profit perspective, like the least profitable thing that a bar or a thing could do. And a lot of them are either just run through kind of favors or things like that. But I have a hard time seeing open mics pick back up. And that makes me sad as someone who enjoys going to open mics and they obviously play a key role in how, comics develop and refine jokes. But that's the first thing.
That's a great one. Actually, can we cut here? Because I really need to go to the toilet. And if
And go. No. So, Ben, what are you selling? What's the first thing?
What am I selling? I am selling... we spoke about this before, and I don't know if this is the right thing, but this is kind of ambiguous. It was what we sort of touched on before. I'm selling the idea that things are grey. Things are very grey. Try not to get sucked into being open-minded.
You're selling the idea of this kind of binary world.
Yes. Thank you for giving context to my thoughts. Things aren't black and white. You don't have to just pick a side. There's a really cool YouTube channel called Middle Ground that I really like. And it's basically 2 people from very far sides, hunters, vegans, I don't know, like just differing types of people from opposite sides of the world. That find this middle ground and have a chat, and it's kind of nice. So middle ground. I'm selling grey and middle ground. Check that out. That's cool.
Oh, so okay. Was that one? Or was that 2? Was it sneak the second one into your first?
I think they're related. Things aren't black and white, and there's a cool YouTube channel called Middle Ground.
Okay, I'm taking that as 1. I'm going to force one more out of you in a second.
All right.
But the second thing I'm selling, and again, it touches on a lot of the things we've talked about today, is Twitter.
You're selling Twitter.
I'm selling Twitter. I've
Sick. Give it to me.
Oh, I mean, it's interesting in trying to launch the Fresh Serve project. I've never been a heavy Twitter user in general. However, I've sort of dived in a little bit more over the last couple of months just to sort of survey the general landscape and get a sense of kind of what it's about, whether it's the right tool or platform to try to build an audience and things like that. And I'm not the first person to make this observation, but it is a raging dumpster fire. It is just, I think if you polled the majority of people on there, they probably couldn't tell you why they still engage with it regularly. It seems like everyone, it's almost like going to a friend's house and the mum and dad are arguing and you're kind of sitting on the couch and you're like,
sick.
Well,
yeah, love that.
But then you keep choosing to go back to that friend's house to watch the parents argue, and the arguments get worse. There's a plate thrown every once in a while, and you're just like, I guess I don't have anything else better to do. So it's very interesting. I feel like, again, once you are truly a part of something, you can't look at it with fresh eyes anymore. And so in everything in life, it's important to get like fresh eyes as much as you can, but going in, it feels like everyone is either a little bit on your previous point. Everyone is either like playing to their sort of team or kind of pandering a little bit to like the people they know are going to agree with their opinions, or they're doing the complete opposite. And they're just, if you look at an article, the ABC posts on Twitter, for example, the first 5 comments, and there'll be rapid comments, are people absolutely dumping on the ABC and producing no real insights, like genuinely just like meh. And there's no balance to that where someone will reply and say, this was a great article, thanks. It's genuinely just people engaging to dump on it, and there's nothing to be gained from that. And so if someone out there listening has a big Twitter following, I understand why there would be an incentive to obviously continue to use that and kind of build that. But I don't know that there's ever actually going to be a new surge of people onto Twitter. I feel like it's an island that just exists. It's never getting bigger. Everyone's just trapped on the island, and they're not figuring it out. Like, they're not getting off the island.
They're just going to eat each other alive. It's going to be like, like capitalism.
That's
like,
it. That's this.
Batavia that I was talking about. You got to read that book. It's dope.
Batavia.
Russell Crowe has bought the rights to the movie.
Really?
Yeah. It's part of Australian history that we just don't talk about. Well, it's Dutch. It's a Dutch ship that got shipwrecked on Western Australia, but it was like one of the first, and it's just, the story is harrowing, but it's
okay. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Second thing you're selling.
Oh, I just forgot about it. I should have written it down.
Now we're going to get the real thought, not the prepared one.
I wrote it down. So I wrote down the actual thing. I'm trying to think. Oh, this is what I'm selling. Fasting.
Ooh.
It sounds like a Joe Rogan podcast now. Anyway, I've been fasting for about a year, and I really like it. I don't know, like... It's one of the only things that I've sort of, there's fads, and like I'll try stuff, whatever. There's a lot of science that's sort of coming out with it all as well, and not bro science. I don't listen to.
So not the good science then.
Don't listen. Yeah, exactly. Don't listen to Joe Rogan. Like he's like, unless he's got a doctor on there talking about it. That's that was one of my favorite things. When Bill Burr was on there, Rogan tried to ask him about a mask. What do you think about the masks? And Burr was like, "Don't do this." And he goes, "What?" And he goes, "I'm not going to talk to you about with no medical degree. With no medical degree." So anyway, fasting definitely has, I don't know, it's just good. Like I feel like I've got a lot of energy. I drink black coffee until it's time to eat, which is usually around 2 or 3 o'clock. And then I finish eating at 7 or 8. Sometimes I'll only have one meal a day. It's just, I like it. I don't know if you try it, if it works for you. It takes you a little bit to get into the routine, but I don't really put on weight that much anymore. Because your body burns the fat instead of food. It uses fat, and I don't know. My ex told me about it, and she was in the scientific sort of medical field. But so she. I mean,
I've never tried fasting. There's plenty of times in my life where I've just like probably gone without eating breakfast or without eating lunch for like weeks or months at a time, but it wasn't sort of a concerted effort to fast. But it
man.
goes to show like so much of that, what we do in terms of food habits, and is just genuinely just based on, well, that's what we've always done.
Exactly.
I'm certainly open to different ideas like that, and understanding, the impact, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've looked a fair bit up, and it's not. I've always sort of tried to make sure it's like .edu or .gov. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's a proving article. It's not just. It's not some dude. Hey, bro, I've been fasting. You want 6-pack abs, like that sort of. Don't listen to that. Like, go and read a bit. If it works for you, then cool. Don't listen to me. Go read some stuff. It works. Yeah. It works for you. Yeah.
How much damage can you do anyway? Really? I mean, something's got to kill you. Like, realistically, fasting.
Well, that's the thing. Like, fasting's really good for. Well, this is what I've read. Do your own research.
I love the fact that you are offering so many disclaimers. Is genuinely like impressive, and also surprising in the sense that nobody ever puts a qualifier on an opinion anymore.
Yeah, well, I try to be pretty mindful of that, because it's just, I don't know, it's that stuff that works for you won't work for other people, and don't push it on other people. Like, that's something that I've sort of learned. I guess I was that dude once, man, you got to do this, you got to do it. Like, no, you don't. You don't. Yeah. If it works for you, whatever makes you happy, whatever doesn't hurt other people, and do that. But yeah, it really does. It apparently it helps heal your body with a lot of stuff as well. Like it speeds up that shit. Apparently, I don't know. That's enough scientific talk from me. Go do some reading if you like it. Sick. If you don't go eat breakfast.
Yeah, go eat toast.
Yeah, sick.